హాయ్ అండి, హౌ ఆర్ యూ? నేను మీ బాలయ్య సార్. ఎలా ఉన్నారు? థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్ ఫర్ యువర్ సపోర్ట్, ఫర్ liking my videos, sharing my videos and subscribing my videos. Today we are going to discuss some of the quantitative aptitude and reasoning problems and their solutions. So these are the concepts that I am going to discuss with you today. So look at this. Problem number 1. So here the first problem is the value of a car is 1,60,000 in the current year. If it depreciates at the rate of 5% per annum, then what will be the value of the car 3 years from now? So here this problem is based on this concept. So let the present value of the machine be P. Suppose it depreciates at the rate R% per annum, then the value of the machine after n years is equal to P into 1 minus R by 100 power n. And second problem, value of the machine n years ago is P into 1 minus R by 100 whole power P by 1 minus R by 100 into power n. So according to these formulas, we need three values. One is the P, second one is the R, and the third one is the N. Now we are going to correlate these three values with the given problem. What is the present value of the car? 1,60,000. Therefore, the P value is equal to 1,60,000. And then, if it depreciates at the rate, so the rate is 5%. That's why I have taken it as a 5. And the question is, what will be the value of the car 3 years from now? So after 3 years, what will be the value of the car? So for that, what is the formula? P into 1 minus R by 100 whole power n. Now, by using this formula, 1,60,000 into 1 minus R value is 5 by 100 power 3. If I do the calculations, the answer we will get is 137,180. Obviously, the value of the car after 3 years will be decreased. Therefore, the decreased price is 1,37,180 rupees. That is the problem number 1. Now, we are going to discuss problem number 2. In an office, totally there are 6,400 employees and 65% of the total employees are males. And 25% of the males in the office are at least 50 years old. Then find the number of males aged below 50 years. So first we have to understand total number of employees in the office 6,400. That's why I have taken here 6,400. Out of the 6,400, how many male employees are there? 65% of the total employees. So therefore we have to find out the 65%. 65 by 100 into 6400. The total is 4,160. Out of this 4,160, 25% of the male are at least 50 years old. So now we have to find out the 25% of this value. 25% of 4,160, that is equal to 1040. Therefore, what is we require? We require number of males aged below 50 years. 4,160 minus 1040. Therefore, the total value is equal to 3120. So the total value is equal to 3,120. Now, question number 3. In an exam, the pass marks for a juniors and seniors are 30% and 35% respectively. The maximum marks for both juniors and seniors are same. And a junior scored 437 marks and failed by 163 marks. And find the pass marks for the senior. Now let us understand, we don't know the maximum marks. So therefore, the maximum marks for both juniors and seniors are X. That is assume. Now, what is the pass marks for junior? 30% of the maximum marks. And what is the pass marks for the senior? 35% of the marks. So the information given to us is a junior scored 437 marks, but he failed by 163. That means here they have given pass percentage 30% of x minus 163 is equal to 437. So therefore 3x by 10 is equal to 437 plus 163 600. Then 3x is equal to 6000. So the next value is equal to 2000. So therefore maximum marks of the student are clear. What is the maximum marks? 2000. So we have to find out the pass marks for the senior. What is the pass mark? 35% of the 2000. What is 35%? 35 into here 20. 35% కాబట్టి 35 by 100 into 2000. If I simplify 35 into 20, that is equal to 700. Therefore, the pass marks of a student for who is senior is 700 marks. I think you got my answer. So first let us assume maximum marks is equal to X. Pass mark for the junior is 30% and the pass mark for the senior is 35%. So now junior marks are given. What is the marks? 437 and he was failed. So what is the pass mark? 437 plus how many marks reduced? 163. So 437 plus 163 is equal to 600. So 30% of x is equal to 600. Then we can find out the x value. If I find out the x value, then what we have to find out? Pass marks for the seniors. What is the pass percentage? 35% of the maximum marks. So 35% of 2000 is equal to 35 into 20, that is equal to 700. Therefore, the pass marks for the senior student is 700. Now, let us go to the next one. In an exam, 40% of A marks, 20% of B marks, and 30% of C marks are all equal. A has some marks, out of his marks 40%, and out of B marks 20%, out of C marks 30%, all are equal. So 40% of A is equal to 20% of B is equal to 30% of C. Then they have given the information. What is the information? If total marks of A and B are 180 marks. Therefore, here we got the clarity. What is that clarity? 40% of A plus 20% of B is equal to 180 marks. So here I am writing 40% of A plus 20% of B, 20% of B ,40% of A and 20% of B is equal to, what is the marks? 180. So here shall I write it as a 20% of B is equal to 40% of A, because as per the information, therefore I can write it as 40% of A. I can write it as 40% of A. Right. So what is 40% of A? 40 by 100, that is equal to 40 by 100. If I cancel 22 ja 25 ja, therefore 2A by 5, 2A by 5 plus 2A by 5 is equal to, what is the value? 180. So 2A plus 2A, 4A, 4A by 5 is equal to 4A is equal to 180 into 5. Therefore, A is equal to 900 divided by 4. What is the value? Value is equal to 225. So we got the marks of A. What is the marks of A? 225. Now we have to find out the marks of C. So 40% of 225 is equal to 40% of 225 is equal to, what is the value? 30% of C. 30% of C. So 40% of 225, how to write? 40 divided by 100, and 2 by 5 into 225 is equal to 2 by 5 into 225 is equal to 3 by 3C by 10. 3C by 10. So now 2 by 5, then calculate, if I cancel 5 4 is 20, 45. So 3C by 10 is equal to, if I write here, uh, 2 by 5 into 225. So 3C is equal to 3C is equal to 10 into 2 by 5 into 225. So if I calculate this one, if I cancel, C is equal to 375. So 2 by 5 into 225. So if I calculate 2 by 5 into 225, 5 1 ja 5, 5 4 ja 20, 45. So 4 into 5 is equal to 450 here. So C is equal to 4 20 900 divided by 3. Therefore, the marks of C is equal to 300. So what is the answer? 300 marks. Total marks are 300. Therefore, marks of the C are 300. So I think you got my answer. 40% of A marks and equal to 20% of B marks is equal to 30% of C marks. Based on this, I can find out the value of A. If I find out the value of A, then I can find out the value of C. So this is the way how to get percentage of marks, marks of C. Now, come to next example. Mohan's salary was first increased by 20% and then decreased by 20%. If his present salary is 7,200, then what is his original salary? So this is the question given to us. So I don't know the salary of Mohan. That is, let us say X. Now this salary first increased by 20%. Therefore, I am writing 120 by 100 because it is a 120%, and this 120% is diminished. So after increasing the salary, then they have decreased once again. Then how much they decreased? 20%. Total value is 100, decreased 20, therefore 80%. Therefore, we have to find out 80% of 100, 80% into 120% into original salary. So if I calculate this one, I will get the answer 7,500. So now let us cross check whether it is correct or not. So his present first salary is 7,500. This is 100%. 7,500 is equal to 100%. Okay. Now this is increased by 20%. Then so 120 percentage, that means 120 by 100, that is equal to enta manaki 12 by 10, that is equal to, so 6 by 5, 6 by 5 into 7,500, that is equal to 9,000 rupees. So first salary is 7,500. After increasing 20%, his salary becomes 9,000. Now this 9,000 is decreased by 20%. So then 20% means, so what is his present salary? 80%. Therefore, 80 by 100 into this 9,000. So 80 by 100 lo 2 zeros 2 zero cancel అయిపోతే 80 into 90. So 80 into 90. What is the value? 7,200. Therefore, what is the present salary? 7,200. Therefore, the value is, our answer is correct. What is the original salary? 7,500. How to do? So very simple. 80 by 100 into 120 by 100 into this one. Now, coming to next question. Raman's salary was decreased by 50%, subsequently increased by 50%. How much percentage does he lose? Same. What is the original salary? Let us assume that the original salary is equal to 100. Okay. Now, what is the new salary? 50% decreased. Therefore, first salary was decreased by 50 and then next subsequently increased by 50. So 50 percentage of 100. This 50 percentage of 100 is once again increased. How much percentage? 50. So therefore 100 plus 50, 150. So 150 percentage of 50 percentage of 100 is equal to what we get? 75. So then what is the decrease? 25 percentage the decrease. So you got my answer. Raman's salary was decreased by 50% and subsequently increased by 50%. How much percentage does he lose? What and how much percentage he lose? That's what we have to find out. So let us take the original salary is 100 rupees. Okay. Now 50% decreased. Therefore 50 by 100 into 100. So then what is the salary now? 50 rupees. Now this 50 is increased by 50 percentage. So 100 percentage is equal to 50 rupees. Then what is the value of 150 percentage? 150 percentage is equal, let us say x. Then cross multiplication. 100x is equal to, so 100x is equal to 50 into 50 into 2500. If I calculate, what is the x value I got? X value is equal to 25. Then what is the percentage he lose? He lose 25 percentage. This is the answer. Now, next question. We are given with the fraction. In a fraction, if the numerator is increased by 20% and the denominator is decreased by 30%, then the fraction becomes 6 by 11. Find the original fraction. Sir, we don't know the original fraction. Let us say the fraction is x divided by y. So the fraction is x by y. Now what happened? Numerator is increased by 20%. Already 100% is there. That 100% is increased to 20. Total 120 percentage. Therefore, 120 percentage of x divided by how much denominator is decreased? 30%. Therefore, denominator is decreased by 30%. Therefore, 70 percentage of y. Then the fraction will become 6 by 11. So if I solve this, what is the value I got? I got the value is 7 by 22. This is the original fraction. So if you perform the same reverse, 120 percentage of 7 will become so and so, and 70 percentage of I will become so and so. So therefore the answer is 7 by 20. Okay, right? 7 by 22. Same problem. One more example. If the numerator of the fraction is increased by 15% and its denominator is diminished by 8%, then the value of the fraction is 15 by 16. Then find the original fraction. How to find the solution, sir? Let the original fraction be is equal to x by y. Then how much percentage incremented numerator? 15 percentage. 100 plus 15 is equal to 115. 115 percentage of x divided by how much denominator diminished? 8%. 100 minus 8 is equal to 92. 92 percentage of y. Then the equation becomes 15 by 16. If I solve this problem, then I got the value 3 by 4. Therefore, the original fraction is 3 by 4. So this is one more type of problem. Now coming to next one. 24, 60, 120, 210, and then what is the next? We have to fill the missing values. Sir, observe the sequence here: 24, 60, 120, 210. So to solve this type of problems, first identify the difference between these two, 24 and 60. What is the difference? 36. Next, 60 minus 120. What is the difference? 60. 210 minus 120. What is the distance? What is the difference? 90. So 36, 60, 90. Are you able to find any relation? No. Then go for the second level. In the second level, 36 minus 60. What is the value? 24. 60 minus 90. 30. Then 60. So how much you have? 24 plus 6, 30. Then 30 plus 6 is equal to 36. Therefore, for this 90, I am going to add 36, and then it becomes 126. So therefore, 210, for 210, you add 126, then the value will become 336. So the answer for this question is 336. I think you got my answer. Sir, whenever we want to solve the problem on this number series, first we have to identify the consecutive numbers. First we take the first two numbers, we find out the difference. What is the difference? 36. And then 60 minus 120 minus 60, 60 difference. 210 minus 120, 90. So now there is no correct relation between 36, 60 and 90. So we have to identify that relation. So what we have to do? We are going for second level, finding the difference between 60 and 36, finding the difference between 90 minus 30, 60. Then we are able to find out 24 plus 6, 30. Then plus 6 if I add, value becomes 36. So therefore, for this 90 difference, what I have to add? 36. 90 plus 36 is equal to, it becomes 126. Therefore, the last term is equal to 210 plus 126, that is equal to 336. Therefore, the answer for this is 336. Now 7, 4, 5, 9 and so on. 7 into 0.5 plus 0.5. 4 into 1 plus 1. 5 into 2 plus, like this, 1.5 plus 1.5. And first 0.5, then 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5 and so on. So here how I got the first value? I got the first value like this: 7 by 2, 7 into 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. 7 into 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. So 7 by 2 ante 3.5. 3.5 plus 0.5, that is equal to 3.5 plus 0.5. Total value what it is? It is equal to 4. So after 7 what we got? 4. Then from second number to third number, 4 into 1 plus 1. 4 into 1, 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. Then, so what do we have? 5 into 1.5 plus 1.5, that is equal to 7.5 plus 1.5. Total is equal to 9. We got the number. Then 9 into 2 plus 2, that is equal to 20. Right, sir? So therefore the missing value here is 20. Sir, what about the next one? 20 into 2.5 plus 2.5 plus 2.5. Then what is the value? 22 is 40 plus 20, 50 plus 2.5, 52.5. Therefore our answer is correct. What is the answer? 20. Now look at this: 8, 29, 113, 449. Then the sequence is 1793. 8 into 3, 8 into 4, what is the value? 8 into 4 is equal to 32 minus 3. Then what is the value? 29. 29 into 4 minus 3, that is equal to 116 minus 3, that is equal to 113. Then 113 into 3, 113 into 4 minus 3, that is equal to 400 plus 452 minus 3. Answer is equal to 449. Then 449 into 4, then apply minus 3. then the value will becomes 1793. So that is the answer for this. I think you got my answer. Now, now we are going to discuss about the problems on time and distance. Look at the problem. A farmer traveled a distance of 61 kilometers in 9 hours. He traveled partly on foot at 4 kilometers per hour and partly on bicycle at 9 kilometers per hour. Now the distance he traveled on foot is, this is the question. How much distance he traveled? 61 kilometers. In how many hours? 9 hours. So we know the distance and we know the time. Speed is equal to distance by time. So therefore 61 by 9 kilometer per hour is the actual speed. Now, but what is the question? How much distance he traveled by foot? He traveled partly on foot. We don't know the distance, but at what speed? 4 kilometer per hour. And remaining, he traveled with 9 kilometer per hour. Then, what is the distance traveled on foot? That is what we have to find out. So, we don't know the distance traveled x by foot. What is the total distance traveled? 61. Out of 61, let us say here, I would like to uh, draw a shape. This is the total distance, let us say. What is the total distance value? 61 kilometers. What is the total distance value? 61. Out of the 61, some part he has traveled by foot. So let us say, so total 61 kilometers. Some distance he traveled by bicycle, foot. I don't know the distance, I am taking x. And remaining he traveled by bicycle. Therefore, assume that it is a 61 minus x. So therefore, he has given the speed. What is the speed? Distance by time. What is the distance x? How many? What is the uh, for example, we know the distance and we know the speed. Then we require the time. So therefore, time is equal to, what is the formula? Distance by speed. What is the distance? X. What is the speed? 4. What is the cycle distance traveled by cycle? 61 minus x. And total 9 kilometer per hour. Then total how much time he has taken? 9 hours. So by solving this, I will get the 5x is equal to 80 and I will get the x value is equal to 16. So therefore, what is the distance traveled by foot? 16 kilometers and remaining distance traveled by the bicycle. I think you got my point, sir. So total he has traveled 61 kilometers and how much time he has taken? 9 hours. So out of this 9 hours, some time he traveled by foot at the speed of 4 kilometer per hour and some traveled by bicycle at the speed 9 kilometer per hour. Now we have to find out the distance traveled by foot. So we have the formula, speed is equal to distance by time. Speed is equal to distance by time. So 61 by 9. But we use the formula for our convenience. Let us assume that the distance traveled by foot is x and the remaining distance is 61 minus x. So therefore, x by 4 plus 61 minus x by 9, because time is equal to distance by speed, x by 4 kilometer per hour plus remaining distance 61 minus x by 9 kilometer per hour. Total distance is 9 kilometers. Therefore, 5x is equal to 80 and x is equal to 16 kilometers. Now, coming to next one. Now, next question. So here In covering a distance of 30 km, Abhay takes 2 hours more than the Samir. If Abhay doubles his speed, then he would take 1 hour less than the Samir. Then Abhay's speed is very simple, sir. Here two persons are there. One is Abhi and the second one is Samir. So what is the total distance here? 30 kilometers. Total distance is 30 kilometers. Abhay takes 2 hours more than Samir. For example, if Samir takes X hours, then Abhay takes plus 2 hours. Therefore, I am writing X plus 2 hours. Okay, sir. Then, so we know the time and we know the distance. What we have to find out? We have to find out speed. Speed is equal to what is the formula? Distance by time. That is equal to 30 by x. So here 30 kilometer per hour x, and here it is 30 by x plus 2. Now he has increased the speed, Abhay, double his speed. Double the speed means, so this is the actual speed, and if we double it, then what happened? Then he would take 1 hour less than. If Abhay take x hours, and he will take x minus 1 hour. So by equating the formulas, finally we will get the answer 5 kilometer per hour. So the answer for this question is 5 kilometer per hour. That is the Abhay speed. Now coming to next one. A thief is noticed by a policeman for a distance of 200 meters. A thief is noticed by a policeman from a distance of 200 meters. The thief starts running and the policeman chases. Then the thief and the policeman run at the rate of 10 km per hour and 11 km per hour respectively. What is the distance between them after 6 minutes? Sir, so to solve this problem, first we have to understand what is the distance between police and thief. 200 meters. So here is the thief and here is the police. And what is the distance? 200 meters. What is the speed of the police? The thief and the policeman. Thief is 10 km per hour, 10 km per hour, 10k per hour. And what is the speed of the police? 11k per hour. What is the relative speed? 1 km per hour. What is the relative speed? 1 km per hour. So with this 1 km per hour, if he want to cross this 200 meters, how much time will require? So time is equal to what is the formula? Speed is equal to distance by time. Then time is equal to distance by speed. Time is equal to distance by speed. What is the distance? 200 kilometers. If I want to convert into 2000 kilometers, 200 kilometers, I have divided by 200 by 1000. Then 0.2. 0.2 divided by 1 kilometer per hour. Then how many hours is required? 0.2 hours. So 0.2 hours. Then we have to convert into minutes. 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So 0.2 hours is equal to x anukunte 12 minutes. So he needs 12 minutes to cross this 200 meters. So 12 minutes, 200 meters. So in 6 minutes, how much time he will cover? Obviously, half 100 meters. Therefore, the answer for this is 100 meters. I think you got my answer. So here a thief is noticed by a policeman. Police is here, thief is here. Now after starting police, thief is starting running. So police started chasing the thief. What is the distance between them? 200 meters. What is the speed of the thief? 10 kilometer per hour. What is the speed of the police? 11 kilometer per hour. What is the relative speed? So police is 1 kilometer per hour more speed. So therefore, with this 1 kilometer per hour, to cover this 200 meters, how much time he require? He requires 12 minutes. 12 minutes to cover 200 meters. Then how after 6 minutes, how much distance he can travel? So obviously 100 meters. Right, sir? I think you got my answer. Right now, next question. The ratio between the speeds of two trains is 7 is to 8. If the second train runs 400 kilometers in 4 hours, then the speed of the first train is, sir, speeds are given 7x is to 8x. We don't know the speed. If the second train runs 400 kilometers in 4 hours, what is the time? 400 by 4. Therefore, 100 kilometer per hour. So let us say it is 100. We don't know this as a speed of the first train. So 7 is to 8 is equal to some x is to 100 anukunte. Then 8x is equal to 700. 700 divided by 8. 8 8 just 64. 6087. So 87.5 kilometer per hour is the answer. 87.5 kilometers. So we are given with the speed. So 7 by 8 is equal to, what is the speed of the first train? Don't know, x. What is the speed of second train? He has given the information. So therefore 4 to ja 425 ja. 2 1 ja to 12.5. 12.5 into 7 is equal to 87.5. So that is the answer for this. Right, sir? Now, next question. A is 30% more efficient than B. A is 30% more efficient than B. How much time will they working together take to complete a job which A alone could have done in 23 days? Sir, there are two persons. One is A and the second one is B. One is A and second one is B. So A alone can do the work in 23 days. 1 unit of work he can do in 23 days. Per day, how much amount of work he can do? 1 by 23. This part of work can be done in 1 day by A. Now coming to third person, second person, B, 30% more efficient. That means 13, 13 by 10 into A. So 13 by 10 working together. 13 by 10 into 1 by 23. So 13 by plus 13 by 230. Then what is LCM? 230. So 10 plus 13 divided by 230. 1 by 10. So if they do the work combinedly, then it will take 10 days. So A alone 23 days. If they combine 10 days, then what is the result? 13 days. Therefore, the answer for this is 13. These are 13 days he will finish the work. Answer for this question is 13 days. Now, next question. 20 men can complete a piece of work in 14 days. 7 men started the work, and after 20 days, 7 more men joined the work. In how many days the remaining work will be completed? Sir, so here one piece of work, 20 men. So I am taking units, men, and then days, 14 days, sir. So to complete this unit of work, 20 men combinedly takes the 14 days. Sir, per day if we consider, how much amount of work can be done, sir? 1 by 20 into 14, that is 1 by 280. So this work of done can be done in 1 day. First, how many men started, sir? 7 men into 7. So 1 by 40. How many days, sir? 20 days. How many days they worked? 20 days. How much amount they have finished, sir? Half. So 7 men, 20 days, they can finish half of the work. And remaining how much work is there? Half work is there. So to do this half work, how many joined here? 7 more men joined. So therefore, now the men are 14 into 1 by 280. Therefore, that is equal to 1 by 20. 1 by 20 divided by half work. Total 10 days. So therefore, 10 days. In how many days they will finish? In 10 days they can finish. Right, sir? Now, next question related to blood relations. If A is the brother of B, B is the sister of C, and C is the father of D. Sir, first let us write this. A is the brother of B. So here A and then B. So here by using this statement, A and B are brothers, and we don't know the next part. So A is the brother, therefore I am writing at the same level. I am writing plus for the male. Now, second statement, B is the sister of C. Therefore, now we can know the gender of B. So, what is the B? Minus. That means she is a female. And she is a sister of C. C is a sister of C. So, therefore, we can confirm the B. B and C are also at the same level. Then C is the father of D. D is here and C is the father of D. So therefore C is also plus. Now what is the relationship between A and then D? Sir, he will become a nephew. No, we don't know the gender. Therefore, whether D is we don't know. Whether D is a male or female, we don't know. So therefore, here the relation is cannot be justified. Therefore, the answer is none. Therefore, the answer is none.